Good evening, Marie. Glad you could make it. Hope you had a great day. What do you think, Nona? Huh? What do you think? Can you say hello? Huh? Can you say hello? I know what you're thinking. Give me a treat. Alana, good evening and welcome. Alana said hello, Luna. Huh? Give me a kiss. Oh, sorry. Give me a kiss. Thank you, baby. I know you couldn't give me a kiss with the hat in the way, huh? Marie says hi, Alana. Alana says hi, Marie. Hope you both had a great day. And thank you for hitting that like button. Hello, Stephanie, and welcome. Hope you had a great day. Hello, Amy. Get you? Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, it was so sweet. Stephanie said, "Hey, Alana. Hey, Marie." It was very hot. Yes, that was yours, Amy. You got one. And it says, "I have a horrible stomach virus." Hi, Stephanie and Amy. Sorry to hear that, Alana. Amy says, "Hi, Stephanie." Marie said, "Hi, Stephanie." Boy, you're getting a right close up of Luna Girl with that camera right there, huh? Huh, baby girl? Kentucky Girl, good evening and welcome. Hope you had a great day. Stephanie wants to know what you've been up to. Oh, yeah, Kentucky Girl said, "Hey, sweet Luna. Good kiss? Thank you, baby. You give such sweet kisses." Amy says, "I hope you're feeling better, Alana." Mrs. Hey, Kentucky Girl. Happy Lux, good evening and welcome. I'm doing good. Hope you are. Lana says, "Thanks, Amy." Amy says, "Hey, Kentucky Girl." Lana says, "Hi, all." Stephanie says, "Hey, Happy Lux." Marie says, "Hi, Happy Lux." Rosanna, good evening and welcome. And Rosanna said, "Hi to sweet Luna." No, give, thank you. Tammy Jackson, good evening and welcome. Hope you had a great day. Amy said, "Hey, Happy Lux." Happy Lux says, "Of course." Stephanie said, "Get to feeling better, Alana." Tammy says, "Hey, Luna. Gosh, you're getting a treat." Oh, thank you for this. Amy says, "You got it, Happy Lux." Amy's Happy Lux says, "Amy's travels. How are you?" Rosanna said, "Alana, hello." Alana says, "Thanks, Stephanie." Tammy says, "Hi, Marie." Stephanie says, "Hey, Tammy." Alana says, "Hi, Rosanna." Amy says, "Hi, Rosanna." Happy Lux is showing some emojis. Oh, he's watching. Rosanna said, "Stephanie, sweet lady." Happy Lux is showing it looks like a dog. Rosanna said, "Hi, Happy." Rosanna said, "Hello, Tammy." Alana said, "Hi, Happy Lux." Stephanie says, "Luna, Luna, kiss." Oh, thank. That was so sweet. My goodness. Happy Lux says, "Rosanna, how are you?" Happy Lux says, question mark. Happy Lux says, "Stephanie Jones, woof woof." Marie says, hi, sweet Steph. Rosanna said, I'm good, and how are you? Stephanie said, Marie, my sweet. Happy Luck says, whoop, whoop, whoop. Huh? Huh, Luna? You do the whoop, whoop, whoop? Amy says, we are going to make Luna fat with these kisses. Yeah. Tammy says, I can't stay. I just came to say hi and to check on my sweet, beautiful little Luna. Well, thank you for stopping in, Tammy. Appreciate it. If you're heading out, much love to you and bless you. Marie says, Steph, any news? Happy Luck says, everybody say woof, woof, woof. Good evening, Heather. Weight Watchers Mom on a Budget. How you doing? Everyone say hi. Tammy said, hi, Rosanna. Stephanie said, Marie, not yet. Results will take approximately 1 to 2 weeks. Amy says, wife wolf. Marie says, hi, Weight Watchers. Happy Luck is smiling. Tammy says, sweet Luna. She is a sweetheart. Rosanna said, hello, Weight Watchers Mom on a Budget. Marie says, oh, okay, Steph. Thank you. Amy says, whoop, whoop, whoop. Stupid correction. Trey says, hey, guys. Good evening, Trey. Hope you had a good day. Debbie says, whoop, whoop, whoop. Luna, did you hear that? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Stephanie said, thank you so much for asking, Marie. Happy Luck showing a dog. Marie says, hey, Trace. Stephanie says, hey, Trey. Rosanna said, hi, Trey. Tammy says, love you, Luna. Well, you should get a treat for that, huh? You should get a treat for that. You give her a bye kiss? Oh, thank you. That was so nice. Happy Luck says, Weight Watchers Mom on a Budget. Woof, woof. Marie says, Steph, you're so welcome. I'm concerned. Deborah Mosley, good evening and welcome. Hope you had a great day. Tammy says, bye. You have a good one, Tammy. Happy Luck says, some hairballs, Tim. Good evening and welcome. Hope you had a great day. Trish says, I've been gone for a while. Marie said, hi, Deborah. Happy Luck is watching. Stephanie says, oh, love you, sweetheart, Marie. Oh, I have no idea. I guess because of their dog, Heather. Rosanna said, hi, Deborah. Marie said, love you, Steph. Alana says, hi, all. Rosanna said, hi, Tim. Stephanie said, hey, Tim, how are you? There we go. Deborah says, hi, Rosanna. Tim says, hello, Rosanna. Amy says, tonight at 7 Central, I'm doing a mystery story for others. To guess the mystery, you'll have to show up my live stream. Stephanie says, hey, Deborah. Rosanna said, what a sweet face. Well, thank you, Rosanna. Appreciate that. Tim says, hi, Stephanie. I'm good. You? Lana said, busy stream tonight. A little bit. 10 people. That's a wonderful thing. Deborah says, hi, Stephanie. Happy Lux is showing emojis. Trey says, I was at the ER, but now I'm feeling a lot better. Well, glad to hear that, Trey. Roseanne, I know you was talking about Luna. Stephanie said, Tim, I'm okay. Just bubble gut today, full of poop. Been pooping all day. Amy says, yes, it is very good crowd. Trey says, hey, Stephanie. Lana says, I'm sick too, Trey. Horrible stomach virus. Big Steve says, what's going on, party people? What's happening, Big Steve? Hope you had a great day. Hey, Stephanie, I have a question for you because I know you're a gun-toting mama. I hear they want to do a gun buyback. Are you gonna sell yours back to the government? Happy Lux says say. Rosanna said hello, Steve. Tim says Tammy made scalloped corn last night. Well, does that clean you out? It does, but scalloped corn is so good. Rosanna said, Steph, you're funny, Lo. I'm waiting for her answer. Hell no. I know, that's the new thing. Oh, Big Steve says, treat time, Luna. One piece of turkey. Want to give Big Steve a kiss? Thank you, sweetheart. Lana says, LOL. Yeah, they want to pass in the Senate. They want to do a gun buyback. Great Cornholio, good evening and welcome. I hope you have TP for your bunghole. Stephanie said, hey, Cornhole, and that should be interesting since how there's more guns than there is people. What are they going to do when you don't bring them in? They're going to come door to door and take them? That's not going to turn out. It is sad, Atlanta. It is very sad. But you know what? I'll tell you, because I did it for 21 years, is when they opened up the door to the mental institution and said, because you're batshit crazy, you can't be put on a list so people know that you're batshit crazy. Amy says it won't do any good buying them back. No, it won't. Exactly, Tim. Don't punish the lawbreakers. Punish the people that own them, who defend themselves. Exactly. I know, Steve. Her tongue be hanging out. Rosanna said, "Hey, great cornholio, crafty kitty. Good evening and welcome." And cute Miss Luna. My goodness, huh? Another kiss. Oh, thank you, baby. I know, Alana. I know. When you do, though, you should be able to defend yourself when you do go. Exactly, Stephanie. You know what? I was waiting for you to say something like that. They will have to pry it from my cold, dead fingers here. Just about everyone has one, not registered, so let them come. Marie says, hi, Crafty Kitty. Rosanna said, hi, Crafty. Crafty Kitty said, tongue too funny is. It does happen so fast. Marie says, Luna, you are precious. She is, Marie. Crafty Kitty said, hi, Marie. Tim says, Alana, that's why they want, damned, I'm staying home. Crafty Kitty said, hi, Rosanna. I know, 13 likes. That's wonderful. Are you heading out, Happy Lux? If you are, thank you so much for coming. Bless you and much love. You're afraid you were a victim of 9/11? Yeah. Well, you know, it's a proven fact that every country that's did that, it has not worked. England has surpassed New York City in murder rates, and they have no guns. It's with knives and bats. Susan Lee said, hi, Luna. Hello, Susan. Hope you had a great day. Kiss. Thank you, baby. Janet said, Atlanta, sorry to hear that. Stephanie said, be right back. I'm here. Okay, thank you. Susan said, hi, Marie. Marie said, hi, Susan. Rosanna said, hi, Susan. You can't fix a problem by punishing innocent people. Lana says, thanks, Rosanna. twisted human beings are going to do what they're going to do, no matter if they have a gun or a knife or a machete or whatever. Susan said, hi, Rosanna. And if you really want to get into the subject, I watched this happen for many years. It's the breakdown of the fabric of our society. Everything has to be accepted nowadays. And my goodness, if you criticize someone of the wrong color or the wrong religion, then you're a racist or a homophobic or whatever other nasty name they got for you. Yes, that's very true, Marie. When it's your time, it's your time. I've always said that the whole 21 years that I was a mental health worker, I'm saying to myself, if this person is a danger to society and they need 2 or 3 other people to go out in the community with them, then why the hell are they doing it? No, it isn't right, Amy. It doesn't solve the issue. You know, like I said, I watched our society make every other excuse why people should be able to do this, and I watched people take prayer out of school and saying God in the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, like there's something wrong with a person that worships God, and hence that's where our societies went. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania has 6 shootings within 48 hours. Oh, look at Chicago. Exactly, Big Steve. But you know what? Punish someone nowadays is against the law too. You're violating their rights. I think the biggest one that made me laugh the hardest and feel the sickest was when someone was asked on TV, well, what if someone associates with being a cat? And the answer was, well, I hope somebody provides them with a big enough litter box and the proper food. We are a society, Big Steve, that we need rules and we need regulations because you look at since the beginning of time. You know, I think the best thing that I heard today on it was, you know, the story of Cain and Abel. You know, God didn't blame the rock when the other one hit his brother in the head and killed him. The rock wasn't blamed. Lana said so many people are psychotic, sociopathic, narcissist, and mentally ill, and they are out there. Our friends, family, and neighbors. It is very scary. And you know, like it or not, there's a lot of people out there with mental illness that are keeping everything in check. But if you are a danger to society, you shouldn't be in society. Period. Marie says exactly, Amy. Southern Sweet Joy says I almost missed this chat today. I thought you said around 6 when we were in Amy's last night. Well, you made it, Southern Sweet Joy, and hope you had a great day. Rosanna said Atlanta, and yes, more these days. Amy says nope. It was on Cain. Exactly. Wasn't the rock's fault. Southern Joy says, oh, hey, Amy. Rosanna said, hello, Southern Sweet Joy. Amy says, hey, Joy. Sweet Joy says, hi, Rosanna. Well, you know, we need to do something, Tim. Robbie, good evening and welcome. Hope you had a great day. Southern Sweet Joy says, thank you so much. Marie says, hi, Southern Sweet Joy. Robbie says, hi, ma'am, and everyone. How are you all? Marie says, hi, Robbie. Sweet Joy says, hello, Marie. Rosanna said, hi, Robbie. Alana says, you have no idea. I was recently subjected to a friend I thought for 17 years turned out to be full-blown narcissist, went crazy on me. Yeah, and you're supposed to accept that, Alana. Robbie says, hello, Marie. Big Steve said, bring back the electric chair. I don't know. We're just twisted in a lot of ways, Big Steve. I don't even know if capital punishment will work. Amy says, you will love it there. Love it here, Joy. Southern Sweet Joy says, oh, and I did become a sub on your channel yesterday, Grandpa. Okay, Southern Sweet Joy, here we don't use that word. We mention nothing about sub or subscribing to anyone. Alana said, no warning, nothing. Robbie said, yes, sir. God's grace. How are you? I'm doing great. Alana said, LOL, Grandpa. Robbie said, hello, Rosanna. Alana says, I'm not accepting being abused. No, me either. Alana said, LOL. Robbie said, Amy, man, gives hard questions. Viper, sir. Tim says, desensitized by video games. I watched our society take a big turn on what's accepted. Big Steve says, I like capital punishment. Well, that's okay, Southern Sweet Joy. Just to give everybody a heads up, is I've known someone recently that got shut down for having that word used on his live streams. You stood up to him and he flipped. Well, we're not supposed to mention anything about that, Amy, from what I understand. They consider you a support channel. I don't use the word support or sub or anything. Crafty Kitty said, my boxer is 4-month-old on the 19th. Wow. That's great. Oh, you're not in trouble, Southern Sweet Joy. Trust me. You don't know what you don't know, right? Yeah, I get so frustrated with the system there, Alana, how you give someone a punishment, and then appeal after appeal after appeal, they're sucking up $150,000 a year of taxpayers' money. Yes, Tim, better be safe than sorry. I know, but Amy here, I don't use any of those words. None of them. Big Steve says, Timothy Chapman. Yes, too many appeals. Not that I want to be the one that throws the first stone. Understand me on that. I'm not a perfect human being. But we have rules and laws for a reason. Yeah, we say gotcha. We need law and order, Helena. We're a species that if we are not directed, we go completely batshit crazy. Big Steve says, aha, Holtzapple. Uncle Surf, good evening and welcome. Well, Uncle Surf, two in a bunch. Carmel, good evening and welcome. Hope you had a great day and hope you did, Uncle Surf. Obviously, everyone must have rules. We need to. And we need to stop coming up with all the reasons why certain groups of people shouldn't have rules. Robbie says, hello, Uncle Surf. Robbie says, hello, Carmel. Rosanna said, hello, Carmel. Carmel said, just dropping by because I haven't watched your... Well, thank you, Carmel. Appreciate it. Lana said, hi, all. He says, today is night out and it's all policemen get together in the park and meet all the families in town and have a cook-off. That's nice, Marie. We're having that tomorrow night at a local park. I think my granddaughters are going to do to it. What safer place? Amy says, so much hypocrisy is what's going on. Exactly. You know what? It's crazy. Robbie says, Grandpa, if we don't know what life is, how would we live? Can't live for the sake of it. We need direction. Break the rules, pay the price. Exactly. Sweet Joy says, yes, I agree with you. We do need rules, but we can't have so many that we're like fish in a bowl. True. What we need to do, Steve says, the criminals there that will take care of crime. Uncle Sir says, stirring the pot. Marie says, yes, it is nice, Dave. Carmel says, hi, Rosanna. Sweet Joy says, Uncle Sir, get that spoon out of that pot. Uncle Sir says, well, off the cesspool of the third world wonders. Lana says, God will take care of them. Marie says, hi, Uncle Sir. Lana says, have faith. We need that. Uncle Sir says, I use an oar. Robbie says, right, Alana. Marie says, hi, Carmel. Tim says, in God's eyes, if you kill someone, you're guilty for killing them and any descendants they might have had. Uncle Sir says, Marie, what's up? Amy says, woo-hoo. Joy went blue. Get your bat ready. There you go, Amy. Carmel says, be blessed and be happy always. Take care. Carmel, thank you so much for coming in. Much love to you and bless you. I agree, Alana. Alana says, Psalm 91. Marie said, yes, Alana. Southern Sweet Joy says, Alana, God is a forgiving God and has to be been so good to me. Everything that we have out there that gives us guidance and rules to follow by has been put down, including the Bible. Lana said, thanks all. Without my faith, I never would have survived. Carmel said, thank you. Sweet Joy says, I have problems, but I'm still blessed. Amy says, I agree, Lana. He's not happy. Robbie says, spiritual talks I like. Lana says, we all have problems. Yes, we do. Amy says, amen. I agree, Joy. Lana said, God will stay with you, Joy. Sweet Joy says, thank you, Atlanta. Atlanta says, keep praying. Exactly. Because Sir said, Jesus, you need to find Jesus and welcome into your heart. Well, we as a society, like I said, we want to put down the teachings of the Bible, and then we want to make excuses for everybody to act how they want to act. And this is what you come up with. Southern Sweet Joy says, I will. Tim says, we are so close to the end. God is about to call us home. Well, I'd be ready. Prayers makes our life clean and clear, gives us faith and self-confidence. Bobby said, many people gone blind doing sins and enjoying them. Yeah. Too many people want to point a finger at me and call me dirty, nasty names for what I believe in, but then I'm supposed to understand what they believe in, and that's another big problem. I can understand and respect someone's feelings. They need to do the same for me, and for everybody else. you don't have hate in your heart. I'm all about understanding what you're all about, you know? They have the wrath of Satan. Yeah, what goes around comes around, Robbie said. Southern Sweet Joy says, Tim, I am ready to meet my maker. I'm looking forward to that day. Marie says, exactly, Dave. Alana said, yes, karma. Robbie said, they will pay. You know, you can't tell me I have to believe in one thing and diversity and understanding and everything else, and then you want to beat the hell out of me because I don't agree with what you're doing. Jim says, what a day that'll be. Alana says, I forgive and move on. Christ has it. Robbie says, nature does not leave anyone. Sweet Joy says, I believe you reap what you sow. Exactly. Yep, Alana said the same thing. Sweet Joy says, I do, Alana, holding on to hate only hurts you. It does. I don't hate anybody. Don't get me wrong. I just, geez, am I asking too much to expect the same from you? Not you people here, but the rest of the world is what they expect from me. I don't think that's asking too much. Amy said, God word says so. Robbie said, I'll stand right in front of you, sir. You're an elderly man. I can't let that happen. Well, you know, Robbie, that has happened. I forget which state it was, but an 84-year-old man got beat up because he was wearing a Trump hat. Tim says, I'm nowhere near perfect, but I'm forgiven. Same here, Tim. I believe in a fight who's of his own size. Yeah. Neil Blackjack, good evening and welcome. Thank you for hitting the like button. Yeah, Robbie, you know that there used to be a time when people here thought that way. But, you know, unfortunately now America doesn't care how old you are. And if you get sick, they put you in a nursing home, you know. Amy says, oh man, doesn't hate do so, makes life rough. It does. Rosanna said, hello, Neil. Alana says, we all need love and respect. Deborah says, no, it's not asking too much. Alana said, hi, Neil. Deadhead, greetings and welcome. Live long and prosper. Rosie says, I've lived all my life with socialism, sir. I don't do wrong and I don't let anyone do wrong as well. Robbie said, hello, Deadhead. Marie says, hi, Deadhead. Rosanna said, hi, Dead. Well, unfortunately, doing wrong now is all in the is all in the eye of the beholder. If you think a certain way, then hell, you go to a protest and you have bats and brass knuckles. Sweet Joy says, it does surprise me how so many people say the Trump people are the ones who spews hate. But what I see a lot of times is, and that's exactly true, Sweet Joy, I don't have a bit of hate in my heart. But don't you come up and call me a Nazi and a racist and a homophobic and a transphobic and all this other stuff when you know me. Deadhead says capitalism is what has made America number one for generations after generations. And he says, true, Sweet Joy. Southern Joy says, me either. Southern Sweet Joy said, thank you, Marie. Robbie says, Lucy, you mean Luna. Luna is, she's right out. Lucy's not a bad name, though. I would consider that if I had another dog. Not sure. Robbie said, oh yes, Luna, haha. I'd love to have a boxer puppy. Sweet Joy says, I find that the Trump people get blamed for a lot of stuff that they're not guilty of. And I can see politicians getting on TV on both sides, and they're talking from both sides of their mouth, a lot of them. But you don't see violence at Trump rallies. There's people out there protesting and stuff, and Trump supporters don't get out and beat the hell out of them and tell them they're wrong. And Lena, all right, hope you can make it back, Alana. Much love to you. Bless you. Your son had a basset hound named Lucy. That's cool. Sweet Joy says, now you're making me laugh, Grandpa. Politics do have pros and cons. You know what? One of the things that really made me mad as hell. Sweet Joy says, yes, I agree. I like Trump. Robbie says, okay, Alana. Talk to you later. Marie says, bye, Alana. Amy says, true, Robbie. Rosanna said, bye, Alana. Southern Sweet Joy, I'm not ashamed of it. Oh, I'm not either. One of the things that really made me mad lately is that I see that lion ass thief, Elijah Cummings, screaming at a border patrol, the guy that's ahead of it, that how can you let children get treated that way? Well, first of all, let me say that if any one of you, man or woman, that has a child, if you go out and break the law, they're going to put you in jail and they're going to separate you from your child. Okay? That's the first thing that they're going to do. Your child's going to go to the Department of Human Services and in a foster home. Does that suck? Yes. And second of all, where he is from, his district, Baltimore, has received $2.8 billion in the last years. Okay? That's $280 million a year. And like my man says, where did that money go? Why is Baltimore the way it is? Because unlike the racism that he spews out of his mouth, he is lying and cheating and stealing from his own people, period. And yes, on YouTube, those words I just said, it's a good way to get a strike or get demonetized because, again, YouTube, it all depends on what you're saying and who you're saying it about. Do I hate Elijah Cummings? No, I don't hate anybody. But I think how I live is like I said, I'm not going to be the one to throw the first stone. And I was always taught that if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. Robbie says the true leader is who works to develop the country and bring up good rules. Yeah. So Maurice is so true, Dave, that women is evil. No, Elijah is a man, but you want to talk about evil, you talk about Nancy Pelosi or that other one there that's in California. Southern Sweet Joy is, I just believe that they just don't understand what he's trying to do for this country and pray for them all. Yes, democracy is a very hard thing. The Thrills couple, good evening. You like Luna? She's a sweetheart. Southern Sweet Joy says LOL. You know, again, you're pointing at fingers at other people and saying, my God, this is terrible. You know what? If you haven't seen the pictures of Baltimore, those people are crying for help. And they want to know that somebody's told them what's happened to $280 million every year for the last 10 years. Why isn't somebody coming and cleaning up and fixing up their building and giving them jobs? Robbie says, it is said, just pray to the Lord that they will get brains. Rosanna said, hi, Thrills couple. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Thrills couple. I'm sure it does hurt. Marie says, hi, Thrills couple. Rosanna said, hi, Thrills couple. Amy said, yes, they are. Robbie says, or later or sooner, they'd understand. Thrills couple said, hi, Rosanna. Robbie says, hello, Thrills. Susan says, oh, my sympathy, Thrills. Exactly. I'm so sorry to hear that. Rosanna said the same thing, Thrills. Sweet Joy says they have been taken advantage of, and most of them don't even understand. No, they don't. That Elijah Cummings has been in that district for over 20 years. And you know what? Everybody that runs that town is black. And then every other word out of his mouth is racism, racism. Well, what the hell have you done for your people? The Thrills says, hello, Marie. Robbie says, sorry, Thrills. Oh, you're very welcome, Thrills. Again, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Marie said the same thing. Thrills says, hello, Robbie. Robbie says, Amy, man, got a good cat. She does, man. That cat is very vocal. She don't like her mom talking without paying attention to her. They are, Amy. They're taking advantage of the people. And you know what? Again, it's not just Democrats. That's what scared all of them the most about Trump, because he's not a politician. He's a businessman, and he's calling them all out. But I will have to say, every big city that has the most problems and the most crime and the most poverty, no jobs, they're all Democratic run. Thrills couple said he was getting old, 12 years old. We had to put him down. I'm sorry to hear that. Robbie says, aha, yeah, cat needs something to play. Sweet Joy said, cleaning the swamp. Exactly. Amy says, yep, that's what I like about him. In every single corner that he's turned, he's had someone fighting against him and not getting any support from the Democratic side. None whatsoever. And he's still done more than any president to date. Though the big money traders are really nervous about this trade war thing. But then again, they haven't had the experience in business that President Trump has had. Not even close. Sweet Joy says, I know, and some of his own party are fighting him. Exactly, because you know it's all about money, Sweet Joy. All about money. They don't want to lose the money that they're getting. You know, these people want to dictate to you and I about how we're going to live, and they go home at night in a mansion with all kinds of security and armed guards, and they sleep quite well. Amy says, every step of the way, people are so blinded by their hate, they can't see it or want to see it. No. Southern Joy said, yes, you're right. They all have lined their pockets, and they're afraid of losing that. You know, Fancy Nancy there, she don't live down next to the city of San Francisco, where you got to worry about stepping on needles and people defecating in the street. You know what their cure for that was? To hire people to clean up human feces off the street. That was their cure for that. Robbie said, not everyone can see good, and we can't even expect to see it, because there is good, so there is bad as well. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry you feel awful, and I hope you feel much better. Bless you and much love. They're going to lose it because of greed. Well, they're getting called out. You know, every time they open their mouth, something else is brought up about them. And I mean, it's idiotic. You know, you're breaking the law and you ain't doing anything, but you're pointing a finger at somebody else. To me, that's crazy. Robbie says, "Okay, Alana, God bless." Rosanna said, "Good night, Alana." Yes, Alana. Hope you feel much better. It is, Amy. It is coming out. And again, you know, the ones that are throwing the most dirt and the biggest stones at everybody else has got more dirt on themselves. Lennis is night all. And do I care about children and how they're treated? You bet. You know what? I also care about people in this country that are going without. Robbie says, I was trolling an Amy stream yesterday because I couldn't answer the questions. Haha. Amy said, so true. And Marie says, my cat was playing last night, jumping around, and my husband checked what she was doing. Here she caught a mouse and it was flipping in the air because it was dead. She wanted it to run. Amy said, you've done good, Robbie. Now I get, you know, I get really tired of someone telling me how I should live and how I have to live when they don't have to live like I do. They don't they don't walk down the streets of a town where there's 8,000 people and a good percentage of them are drug addicts, unfortunately, and live in a homeless shelter. We have 8,000 people in the town I live in, and out of 8,000 people, 3,000 of them have jobs. Sweet Joy says, I got an important phone call. All right, Southern Joy, thank you so much for coming. Bless you. Much love. Amy says, mystery story tonight, Robbie. You join and you can try to solve the mystery. No, I can't either, Robbie. Rosanna said, take care, Sweet Joy. Robbie said, okay, Sweet Joy, God bless. Robbie says, haha, I'll try, Amy. He says, bless, Sweet Joy. Amy says, no, I cry over people, children and animals. Oh, it's heart wrenching, Amy, that the hate that we have in our hearts as human beings. And you know, the ones that had the most hate in their heart are the ones trying to tell me how I should be living my life. That's pretty twisted. And I ask myself on a daily basis, who the hell are they to tell me what's good for me and how I should live? When they don't have to walk a mile in my shoes or somebody else's shoes. Marie says, I cry over the poor animal. Texas Radio Comedy, good evening and welcome. How you doing, man? Hope you had a good day. No, they shouldn't, Amy. Rosanna said, hi, Texas. Robbie said, humans are the best creation of God, but generations going worse day by day. Exactly. Marie says, hey, Texas. Robbie says, hello, Texas. Texas says, hey, everyone. Well, Luna's out today. Amy says, you got that, Robbie. What's that old saying? Mom used to say you're going to hell in a handbasket. You know what's unfortunate is most of them don't believe that there's a heaven and a hell. Yep, killing and cutting everywhere, Robbie. Well, I know it was you, Mark. I hope you've been well. And coming up, don't know how many animals will be slaughtered. Mark says, LOL. I'm glad that you've been great. Amy says, you know what I fear most is when Trump gets out of office. Not looking forward to that time. Well, there's going to be a long time because of the agenda on the other side there. There's going to be a long time, like it or not, that there's going to be a Republican in office. Mark says, I finally got you live, and I appreciate that, Mark. Rising Hawk, good evening and welcome. Rising Hawk says, I'm only going to say one thing and only what a government and what they do. I'm Native American. My people and myself are back to oldest race, and hypocrisy exists in humanity while having much to learn. You know, Rising Hawk, I have to say that the Native American population in this country has been treated out of the worst out of any nationality in the world, and nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how we do more from people from other countries. We do more for people coming in on the southern border than we do for the people that were from this country. Reese says, hi, Rising Hawk. I hope you had a good day, Rising Hawk, and welcome. Rosanna said, hi, Rising. Amy says, I hope for a good Republican to run then. Well, that'd be nice there, Mark. Rising Hawk says, hello. Rising Hawk says, well, I hope you had a good day. You know, again, why aren't we taking care of people here? I mean, look at what we did to the culture of Native Americans. We pushed our culture on them. But the only thing that we gave to them was disease. Robbie says a person realizes everything before death, but life couldn't be so good if a person could realize living a good life. Exactly. Amy says, I wish we could. My ex, for one of the many, Texas says, I miss you, Grandpa. It's been a while since I've seen you. It has been a while. I'm glad you made it here, Mark. Right. Rising Hawk says, I'm not into politics because there's so much controversy and lies. Yep, there's a lot of politicians out there, Rising Hawk, that lie. But you know, there's an old saying, the proof is in the pudding. I know what I've seen. We haven't done anything for Native Americans. Amy says, right, Robbie. Amy says, there is Rising Hawk. Robbie says, it's good, Hawk. Robbie said, even I've been away. Oh, up to 19 likes. Maybe we'll get 20, huh, Luna? Wouldn't that be nice? She said, ooh, 20 likes. They lift my head up. You're such a sweetheart. Go ahead, lay your head back down. There you go. President Hawk says, Trump did say a lot of horrible things toward my kind, and we still don't get any respect, not to this day. Well, if he did, I'm not aware of it, Rising Hawk. If he did, I'm sorry he did. That no respect thing, unfortunately, been going on for, geez, since the white man came to America. Robbie says, I feel like I wasted my time in politics, but laws hurt. So it's better we spread positivity everywhere. Robbie said, ha ha. We need to fix the problems that we have here. We need to take care of the people we have here. Ah. Robbie said, Hawk, you're strong. What, Luna? You want a treat, baby girl? You give daddy a treat. Oh, there we go. Rising Hawk says, look at my relatives in Hawaii. They're fighting for a greater cause, yet they get pushed down as if they never existed. Yeah, Hawaii is another good example of that. Robbie says, any Amy Ma'am world would be so nice by these thoughts. Yeah, she is, Mark. She's a sweetheart. Everywhere we go, we take away someone else's culture. That's a lot of times, and this is another whole story. But when we go to other people's countries, Amy says, yes, it would be, Robbie. Robbie says, Luna, always spreading love. Yep. Luna always got love in her heart. Huh. We do. You're a sweetheart. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the round table. Your first time here, welcome. Oh, you were sent by Texas Radio Comedy? Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate you coming. Hope you had a great day. Rising Hawk says, what up, Republic, Democrat are one and the same. Well, we'd probably be, able to find some happy medium there. That's what our problem is as human beings, Rising Hawk. We can't find that happy medium in the middle where everybody's happy. And we worry about everybody else that gets shit on in the world, and instead of worrying about the people here that get shit on. Robbie says the best things about animals that they have no cops and no courts. Mark says you're welcome, Grandpa. Robbie said hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, says hello to everyone in chat. Dan, appreciate you coming. See, I don't know, Rising Hawk. England ain't got things going on there any better. There's too much hate in the world, Ladies and gentlemen, the round table says, I did have a good day. Thank you for asking. I hope you had a wonderful day too. I did. Luna and I spent most of the morning outside. We play ball while I have my coffee. Marie said hi, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you for the likes. I got 21 likes. Appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, says Marie, hello, sweet lady. Rising Hawks, I just found out that racism comes from Europe. That's where it started. He says, I'll be going to sleep, dear friends. We'll visit the stream soon. Robbie, thank you so much for coming. And bless you, man, and much love. You share that positivity. Amy says, wow, awesome, Grandpa. Yeah, that is. Marie said, bye, Robbie. I don't hate people for what they believe in. I don't necessarily always understand it, but there's got to be that happy medium to where you can at least accept them for what they believe in. Robbie says, God bless Marie, Amy, ma'am, and everyone. To the point, I don't accept somebody that spreads hate. I do not. Don't get me wrong. I do not accept that. If you're hating on anybody, you're wrong. Reese said, bless you also, Robbie. I don't know. You want another biscuit? You give me a kiss for the camera. Give me a kiss. Oh, thank you. You're just so sweet. I love you so much. My baby girl. Yes, you are. Amy says, don't have to like it. Just don't become like the next hater. That makes us just as low. Exactly. But, that's another thing that being a human being is we judge someone else for what they're doing and we don't take a good look at ourselves at what we do. It goes back to that casting the first stone thing. You don't watch the computer, sweetie. Yeah, watch the computer. Thank you. Oh, I'll give you a good old butt scratching, huh? I know. Don't leave. Turn back around. Come here. Come here. Hey, Luna, come back up. Come on, over here. Come on, sweetie. No, you had enough? Come on, come. Amy said, yes, it does. Rising Hawk, did anyone know that American flag stood for genocide and slavery? No, I didn't know that. Texas Radio says, I forgot, are you from Maine or Rhode Island? I'm from Maine, Mark. Manda Random, good evening and welcome. Thank you for stopping by and sharing the love. Pennsylvania Trucker, good evening and welcome. Marie says, no, it doesn't, Hawk. Hope you had a good day, Amanda and Pennsylvania Trucker. No, I've never heard that, Rising Hawk. Marie says, hi, Pennsylvania Trucker. He says, I know this because I'm half Native American. Texas Radio says, okay, Grandpa, much love. I'll see you again. All right, Mark, thanks so much for stopping in, man. Bless you and much love. Pennsylvania Trucker says, I'm having a great day sitting at a friend's house. Well, that's good to hear. Marie says, it stands for all of the bloodshed and wars. Rising Hawk says, I don't expect anyone to understand. Well, I've never heard that, Rising Hawk. You can't understand that's nothing that I've ever heard. That doesn't mean that what someone told you means it's true either, Amanda says, it's been a long day, but everyone is definitely a blessing. Thank you, Amanda. Texas Radio said, just thought I'd stop on and say hello since it's been forever. Well, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it again. Rising Hawk says civil wars, but that's about it, though. Pennsylvania Trucker said, hello, Maria. You look over at the history of mankind, and without looking at any particular race or anything or any country, what we've killed one another and treated each other badly since the beginning of time. You found it on sealed records in your own research. Rosanna said, hi, Pennsylvania Trucker. Pennsylvania Trucker says, hi, Rosanna. Rosanna said, hi, Amanda. Oh, the schools have always taught things, Rising Sun, that weren't true. Like, Columbus wasn't in America. It was the Vikings. Then again, this country was when it was founded was built with slaves. I mean, you know, we have some very dark history, Rising Hawk. Very dark. You know, and we can't erase our history, but I really wish as a species that we could do that and start. We have so much potential to do so good for each other. Pennsylvania Trucker said schools don't even teach the Constitution anymore. I guess if the children don't learn about the Constitution, it will be easier to take their rights away. True, Pennsylvania Trucker. Amy said, sadly, yes. Yes, Rising Hawk. In the 1500s. I mean, we have some evil people on this earth, and we still do. But man, there's got to be some way that we can get around that. If not, one day someone's going to push the button, and we ain't going to have to worry about it anymore. Or it's going to be end times. I was questioning this one. I did Americo Vespucci ever set foot in these lands? I have no idea who that even is. You got me on that one, Rising Hawk. Amy says it's certainly company. I believe so. Well, thank you, Pennsylvania Trucker. You know, we don't have to agree with what each other say necessarily all the time, but you have to respect each other. That's where the problem comes, where I think what I believe in is more important than what you believe in, and I go get violent about it, you know, or put you down as a human being for what you believe in. And that ain't right. Amy says, I'm going to get off and start preparing for my stream. Okay, Amy, thank you so much for coming. Do appreciate it. Much love to you and bless you. And he was an Italian mapper. Yeah, I mean, you know, we like to base that on Columbus, and you know that's what, because he was from one of the wasn't Columbus a Spaniard? Amy says, same to you. Bye all. Mary says, bless you, Amy. Pennsylvania Trucker said, have a good night, Amy. I just sent you love on your channel. Colleen, good evening and welcome. Hope you had a great day. Mary said, hi, Colleen. And I know Colleen's likes her firearms. Did you hear, Colleen? They're voting. They want to come and buy back your weapons. You going to bring them in voluntarily? Marie and Rosanna both said hi, Colleen. Rising Hawk says Christopher Columbus was Sicilian, not a Spaniard, but worked for the Spaniard. Okay. Colleen says hi, chat. Well, much love to you, Colleen. Thank you so much. Bless you, young lady. You have a good night. Pennsylvania Trucker said, I'm not, and if they come after mine, they better bring a lunch. It's going to be a long day for them. Exactly. You know what's happening in this country and all over the world right now is the reason why that was written into the Constitution. So we could have protection against our own government. Pennsylvania trucker said, "Bye, Colleen." Marie said, "Bye, Colleen." You look at all your big cities with all the high crime. It's only the bad people that have the guns. Rising Hawk says, "I mostly keep things to myself." Well, you're welcome to have an opinion here, Rising Hawk. You know, I mostly do most of the time myself, Rising Hawk, but I see things like this, like today, with that voting on a gun buyback thing, when there's more guns in America than there is people, and that's how it all starts. Then you end up with places like Los Angeles and Chicago and Baltimore and you name it, where innocent people get killed on a daily basis. Pennsylvania says, "I probably shouldn't say this, but even convicted felons can buy guns. There is no background check on black powder guns." Yeah, and you know, I'm a hardcore Pennsylvania trucker. I'm a hardcore Second Amendment person, and the background checks need to be tightened. Period. I mean, in Maine, if you have a mental illness, you're protected for privacy, which I'm pretty sure means on a background check too, and that ain't right. Rising Hawks, as you know, a white nationalist wanted me to join them, and I thought about it, but gracefully rejected. You know, Rising Hawk, we all have to follow what we feel in our heart, but I think you know by what you've said on here that hate is hate. You know, I don't have any hate. I've said this earlier. I don't have any hate in my heart for any race or religion. But you know what? If you're if you're spewing out the hate and saying it's okay because of your race or your nationality or what color you are, then you're wrong too. You're just as wrong as what you think I am. You know, hate is hate. It come it comes it comes in the human heart, not the color of the skin. Yeah, Rising Hawk, I'm sick of it too. I'm sick of it from everybody. You know, anybody that's pushing hate is wrong. They are. You know, we have a Marie says you're right, Dave. You know, in these other countries that we go to and wage, you know, the thing of it is they don't. Marie says, "Be right back." Okay, Marie. No, they don't want our culture there, and I can understand that. You know, looking at things the way we do things here, you know, we do a lot of things wrong. But on the same note, is I find a lot of their culture to be pretty twisted on how I think. And I don't want that culture here. Rising Hawk says, I'm not white enough to my bros and sisters, that including native relatives. It's exhausting. I imagine Rising Hawk, it's, and that in itself, you're a human being, and for other people to judge you because you're half Native American and I don't even know what other, are you half white and half Native American? But for someone to judge you or not make you feel in because of that, that's terrible. And that's how we are as human beings. And that does make my heart sad. It does. We haven't learned anything in thousands of years. We still judge one another constantly. I imagine you do, Rising Hawk. I imagine you do. You know, it's hard to get acceptance in this world. There's a lot of people find fault in me because I'm white and I'm straight. That doesn't mean I dislike or hate any other culture or race. It doesn't make me homophobic. Though myself, I I struggle with the thought that when people say I can't help it, I was born this way. No, you at some point in your life you made a conscious choice to do what you're doing. And I ain't judging anybody for what they're doing. That's not my place. And I'm sorry you get judged, Rising Hawk. Life is too short for that. What part of the U.S. are you from, Rising Hawk? Welcome back, Marie. That's another good example, Rising Hawk, on how we are as human beings. You look back. Yeah, what part of the country are you from, Rising Hawk? You look back in history, they considered a white man less than a human being if he was with a Native American woman. And the same with black people. We look at a race of human beings as less than what we are, but we don't have a problem uh, sleeping with them. What does that make that person? Pennsylvania trucker said, "Here comes the thunder. More bad storms coming soon in the northeast Pennsylvania." We haven't got anything here, Pennsylvania trucker. No, I wasn't questioning if you was born in America, Rising Hawk. I was wondering what part of America that you lived in. You know, like that old song there that says, "I was born in the backseat of a Greyhound bus." I don't care where you were born. You're still expected to me, Calif. You know, you're still accepted with me. California, cool. I lived in the LA area for 5 years. Exactly, Pennsylvania trucker. You was born in LA. Right before I moved here to Maine, I worked in LA at a a building they were making on Third and Alameda. Then I lived on what they called the suburbs. I lived in Rancho Cucamonga, Montclair, Claremont. When I first moved to that area, Rising Hawk, I lived 2 blocks away from Watts, which was very interesting for me at first. It's funny how you get used to things all along, you know, gunshots and people screaming and hooting and hollering. And Pennsylvania Trucker says I was on call paid firefighter just north of Barstow. Cool. Yes, the one I did hear about that. Wasn't that in El Paso? It's another good example, Rising Hawk, about about the hatred that some people have in their hearts. And then the other one was in Ohio. You know, for someone to do something like that, there's definitely, because you know, I'll say again, I was a mental health worker for 21 years, and there are signs. There are red flags that come up all the time, and those things need to be dealt with. Pennsylvania trucker says within an hour of the El Paso shooting, the mainstream media was already pointing fingers at us, and the police didn't have time to do the investigation. Oh yeah, a lot of finger pointing right from the beginning on that. Oh, I agree with you on that, Rising Hawk. You look at all the big cities, the ones that are giving everything out. You know what they're giving people? They're giving people just enough to exist and to make them think that, wow, look at all that they're doing for me. When they ain't doing nothing for you but keeping you down. And then go figure, you know, the one in El Paso was just the one in I can't say which one it was for sure, but One of them was no, one of those shootings was, one of the people was a big Antifa backer, and the other one was a big Bernie Sanders fan. You know, one thing is you cannot go on any channel, which I don't have regular TV, thank God. You can't go on any channel that's not preaching some type of hate. Pennsylvania Trucker says the government doesn't ever want us to succeed. They want poor people to depend on the government so they control us. Exactly. Yeah, and brainwash us. Exactly right. They brainwash you by making you think what they want is what you need. You know, you're telling me what I need, and you're going. I said it earlier. You're going home to your mansion and your 12 security guards and your $50,000 security system and your maids and butlers, and you're telling me that what I'm doing and how I'm living is wrong. And in turn, letting the people that you're supposed to be helping starve. Palestine, yeah. We are a messed world, Rising Hawk. I think we can definitely agree on that. I mean, because do I think Palestinians get a fair shake? No. And on the other hand, Jewish people have been persecuted since the writing of the Bible, you know, before. And how do we solve all our problems? We kill each other. Think about that. We're the only species on this earth that kills because they can, other than a cat. You know, a cat will will kill something just for the sake of killing it, and we do the same thing. Rising Hawk says we humans are still too primitive, not thinking about peace and love, etc. Yeah, yeah, it's all for what we can have, you know. And the politicians are the worst one over the years. I mean, they live a very comfortable life. They travel all over the world at our expense. They have medical that they never have to worry about. They never have to worry about where the meal for their next meal for their children's coming from. What is it? A congressman, $170,000 a year. You're making 170 grand a year. You're living pretty high on the hog. Yeah, I know, huh? I got a $26 pay raise last year on my Social Security, Pennsylvania Trucker. But that percentage is a lot lower when you're talking about $1,200 a month and when you're talking about $170,000 a year. And you know the thing of that is every job that I've worked in my life, if I didn't do what I was hired to do, I got fired. You know, 3/4 of them ain't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Instead of sitting down, you know, and I admit and I understand where people are coming from. A lot of people don't like President Trump, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't sit their ass down to the table and come to some happy medium to help everybody out in this country. Rising Hawk says, I think white supremacy and all of it need to be put an end, and the thing we get fed up from. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think we have any place in this country for white supremacists, or I don't think Antifa is any better, and I darn sure don't think Black Lives Matter is any better, because you know what? All of them are spewing hate out of their mouths. They don't like what someone else believes in because they think they're hateful, and they're spreading the same hate. And we've gotten to the point where even if you speak the truth about somebody and you're a racist. But yes, white supremacists, they need to be gone from this country. To me, I look at them just like I said, BLM and Antifa. Those people like that are domestic terrorists. And unfortunately, a lot of it is pushed by the media. I know many people on YouTube have had their channel shut down basically just because they're Republicans. And Google, like it or not, is a organization that's very far to the left. Well, there was the choice of Hillary Clinton. With me, Rising Hawk, is I watched this crap for many, many years, and what attracted me to Trump was that he wasn't a politician. And what he's doing right now says it. Can he have some nasty stuff come out of his mouth sometimes? Yeah, but he's not a politician. He is a businessman. And there's nothing wrong with picking people up in this country before we worry about other countries. Good evening, Teacup. Yeah, Luna's over in the chair, Teacup. She got tired of it already. Yes, I have it going this way instead of that way where I normally have it. Marie said hi, Teacup. All right, well you need to not type while you're driving, Teacup. That's not safe, and I ain't preaching. I just would hate to see something happen to you. No, I watched, geez, from what I can remember, I watched people. There is a video where it called "Why America Isn't the Greatest Country Anymore." I still think that we are rising hawk. Do we have our problems? Yeah, we do. Oh, it's raining there now, Teacup. That's even more reason to keep both hands on the wheel. Yes, we do have our problems, but I would be very curious on what country would be the greatest. We do have many problems. We do. And a lot of those problems, I think, have been caused by the deterioration in our society, where everything should be accepted. And we can't have that as human beings, no matter what race or religion or whatever. We have to have rules. Yes, we do. You look at the stats. The facts of it is 90% of all murders are gang related. And I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna say nothing about the mafia. All that I know is that for them, people dying is bad business. But hell, our government a lot of times is a gang or like a mafia. Oh, I got to live in part of that Rising Hawk when I was in California, right outside of Paramount. There, you go on one side and it was the Blood, and you go on the other side and it was the Crips. And guess what? Neither one of them considered me welcome. Yes. Oh yeah. Every country has dark secrets. The ones that really get me though, Rising Hawk, are the ones that come here to America. Reese's laughing my ass off, Dave, like me in New York. They come here and say how how bad and how evil this country is, when in their country, uh, one part of their religion is going into other villages and cutting off men's hands so the men can't work, and cutting off women's breasts so they can't feed their babies. Rising Hawk says, even if I live in New York, so many rude people there. I've never uh, went to New York during the day. I know I found a lot of rude people when I lived in LA. And Marie says, yes, Hawk, we tell it like it is. It's big cities where there's more people, that it's a lot different. People don't make eye contact, and you got people coming up in your face, and they're very diverse in the big cities. Yeah, yeah. LA is crime ridden. Unfortunately, a lot of times Rising Hawk is they give more attention to the people that are breaking the law than the people that aren't, which is sad. Cup says some places I've been got so much rude people until I was so surprised. Yeah. Oh, there's rude people all over the world. It's just when you go to or live in a big city, there's more of it because there's more people. I have friends that live out front that moved here from New York, and they like to go back there and visit, but they love it here in Maine. And I've met a lot of nice people on here from New York. You know, Marie and Johnny Avanti. In fact, I've met people from all over the world on YouTube. You know, I feel bad a lot of times for the the really good people I meet that live in areas where they're not even allowed to defend themselves, you know? And they want, they want someone to recognize them too. And I don't blame them. I mean, you should feel safe no matter where you go in this country. Yes, Angry Grandpa. You watched him Rising Hawk? That's cool. I miss him a lot. I can't, I do go watch Michael and Bridget, but I am really getting tired of the clickbait stuff, especially when it's things like dumping French fries and cheeseburgers on that car, and now the latest is the car is stolen. Yes, he did, Rising Hawk. That's one thing right there is you can change the world with laughter, and too many people want to change the world with hatred. And does it get people fired up? Oh hell yeah! Just look on YouTube. Look on YouTube with these channels that have all this drama, and one person is going after another person. You know, hundreds and thousands of views. Yeah, they do, Rising Hawk. I am happy that they're going to have a child, and I wish it could have been a couple years earlier. But yeah, it's always something. Mike. Don't get me wrong. Michael's very creative. He's a very creative man, and it's like I said. Today's is the car got stolen, and then someone vandalized the car, and oh, Bridget loves Tina, and Bridget loves his sister, and Michael wants to step up the game. He needs to. Uh, Michael clickbait. Yes, he does. And that whole thing with Bridget's dad, and I mean, come on. Like I said, he's a very creative man. He could, and I know why they do it. You put, especially when you're a big channel, and he's a huge channel. I would like to meet him sometime. Because I've watched for many years. One of my favorite. Yes, enough negative crap. You know, one of my favorite was when he was in the Elvis suit and asking Tina out for he wanted to go out with her, and all she wanted was the chocolates. That when when Michael put the Nair in his shampoo, you hear him screaming, "Oh my God! Call EMS! Call EMS!" Now you know you have to wonder was that staged? Who cares? It was still funny. I'm sure a lot of it is. Oh, the shadow people. Yeah, well, there was sometimes with him that you could tell there wasn't any acting going on there. There was times when Michael scared the living hell out of him, and that's what made it funny. Oh, and the time he dropped the lasagna out of the oven and then stepped in it. I mean, I know he was burning his feet, but it was still funny, you know. I missed the laughter. The other stuff, it's all drama to me. I want to watch something that makes me laugh, you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, he was good at pranking him too. And the busting things up was funny. He come after Michael with that hatchet. Michael screamed like a little girl. Hell. Yeah, I've been thinking about some funny stuff to do. Second page is where people calling AGP. He was so angry. Oh, I know that. And reading the hate mail. They used to get a lot of mail. Yeah, with AGP, you either loved him or you hated him. He had a lot of fans. Oh, I know the hate mail was classic. He told people just what he thought. And don't get me wrong on this, but that's another way that YouTube is hypocritical. Because if I did some of the things that he did and made them lots of money, trust me, AGP made YouTube a lot of money. Michael's making YouTube a lot of money, but you're allowed to do things like that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, when he got that car, that's a great video. I still go back and watch that. And I can relate. 55 is the year I was born. And it's very hard to tell the difference between a 55 and a 56 because the only uh, difference is the tail lights. Yeah, he had no problem speaking his mind, and I respect that in a person. There's nothing wrong with speaking your mind. Geez, I got 25 likes. Thank you all. I appreciate that. And if you didn't notice, Rising Hawk and everybody else, we're people in here that some of us have different points of view, but you know what? We all respect one another, and that's where this world needs to be. You need to look at me and understand where I'm coming from, and I need to look at you and understand where you're coming from. And then, for God's sake, find someplace in the middle. This back and forth stuff constantly, it's not only tearing this country apart, it's tearing the world apart. My dog is out. It is true, Rising Hawk. It is true. We all come from different backgrounds and different races and religions and everything else. But we need to find that place where it's like Star Trek. One thing is if they could find a way where we like went back to the barter system, where all of a sudden money isn't how you you value life, which unfortunately, oh, I'm a big Star Trek fan, the old and the new. That's one thing that right at this moment I regret not having regular TV because I'd really love to see that new Picard one. It does. It does. It teaches us a world that is actually nice. But you notice we're not fighting each other anymore, but we're out in the galaxy fighting other beings. We can never get away from that. We still have something that's faster and more destructive, you know. I don't know. I worry for my grandchildren. Well, everybody, I've been on here 2 hours. I think I'm going to call it an evening. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming in and bless each one of you and much love. And Rising Hawk, it was good talking with you, man. And everybody, I appreciate the input. Yes, I hope to see you again, Rising Hawk. And you take care, and everybody else take care. And bless each and every one of you. Night, Marie. God bless you too, each and every one of you. Bye.